Well, hello. This wraps up the ELA week on Friday. We read this week a lovely story called Starry Nights. And I heard a lot of birds chirping out here, and I was inside the house, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go by the birds. Maybe it'll be a little bit more relaxing. Phone fell. Nothing to be alarmed about. We're okay. So, what can we see in the sky? Well, we see different things in the day, we see different things in the night, but I'm going to read this story through in its entirety. I'm going to start in the beginning, and I'm going to go through, it's about 5 pages. But I want you to listen to how I'm reading it. I want you to focus on, not the ice cream man sounds, because I'm focusing on that. And it's important that I'm out here too, because anytime you're doing any kind of work anywhere, whether you're at a library or Starbucks, you have to focus on just what you're focusing on. You can't look around and listen to, oh, what are they talking about? You can't do that. That takes off your game. You want to be on your game. So you want to be able to block out different sounds. Some people put in headphones, put in soft music. What I like to do is just really practice with some outside sounds, okay? I have children, I have dogs, and the guinea pigs are out in the living room. So it's like there's a lot going on. I hear wife yelling in the backyard. Mrs. Ehrlinger, what are you doing out there? Be careful. All right, she's actually talks a lot nicer than that. Josie and Ling were friends. They were also neighbors. They were all happy. They lived near each other. Josie and Ling couldn't wait for school to end. They planned to sleep outside in a tent in Josie's backyard. In class, Mr. Cortez says your homework is to look at the nighttime sky. The class grumbled. What are you talking about, teacher? Why the unhappy sounds, he asked. Watching the sky at night will be fun. So they're saying, what are you talking about homework weekend? Teacher's saying, oh no, you're going to really enjoy this. Just try it. The girls arrived at Josie's house. They were delighted to sleep outdoors. I'm so happy, Josie said. Ling added. I brought flashlights so we can play games in a tent. Girls, Josie's dad said, let's do your homework. It's getting dark. Do we have to? Josie said. Yes, I already set up the telescope. Nice guy. I hope it won't take long, Ling said. Josie looked up and spotted the moon. The moon's light comes from the sun, but it's called moonlight, Josie said. Look at the stars, Josie's dad said. They can form shapes. You can see the Big Dipper, he said. It's a group of stars that form a giant spoon. That's what it looks like. Josie looked through the telescope. There are so many stars, she said. Then it was Ling's turn. Ling cried out, I see a bright light moving in the sky. That's a shooting star, Josie's dad said. This is fun, Ling said. I enjoy looking at the stars. She was saying a shooting star, though. Where's a shooting star in this page? That's the banana-shaped moon, or quarter moon. Oh, there's the shooting star. It looks like a line. It's amazing. And sometimes, when I went to the beach at night to see the stars, it's very dark. There's not a lot of lights around, so it's easier to see the stars. And I remember all the shooting stars I saw. I probably saw 6 or 7, and I was there for hours. So it takes a while to have enough patience and be able to wait to see these things. but it's a lot of fun if you do. And if you're camping, there's not a lot of big street lights and lights from houses around there either, so it lights it up in a really nice way. I think we've seen enough stars, said Josie's dad. You can go play now. Can we keep looking? Asked Josie. Yes, said Ling. This is fun. You're right, said Josie. This had been a great night. So the characters' feelings changed a lot. They started off by not wanting to do the homework, and I know we talked a lot about that in yesterday's video. But if you want to understand a story, a lot of times you have to go back and reread certain parts. So, for example, they're asking about the first event.
Look at us.
Well, it says your homework is to look into the nighttime sky. So the homework assignment was the first thing that happened. And you wouldn't know that unless you reread the paragraph. So let's continue on. What does Josie's dad want the girls to do next? Well, if you reread here, it says, let's do your homework. Okay, so Dad wants them to do their homework. Do they want to do it at that point in the story? No. Then it says, for the comprehension sequence, reread the page. What did Josie's dad point out to the girls? Well, if you recall, Josie's dad pointed out the Big Dipper. The group of stars that form in the sky, well, not form, but people have formed them with their eyes and connected the dots and made a picture out of the dots or out of the stars' lights, bright lights, and they call that a star constellation. What does Josie's dad want the girls to do next? This happened a little bit before, and he wants to set up the telescope. And it says right there about the telescope. Now, towards the end or ending parts of the story, it asks about what they saw in the telescope. And then it asks about drawing a box and tell what the girls want to do at the end of the story. Well, what do they want to do? Do they want to stop and just start hanging out and playing games in the tent? Or do they want to continue watching on the telescope? Well, if you said continue looking through the telescope, you are absolutely correct. All right, good luck, and I will see you on Monday. Adios, everybody.